employment linked incentive scheme. So as I told you in the beginning that this scheme's core theme is that the government is telling the employment generators that you generate this much employment. If you are able to do this, I will give you some incentives. Incentives in the form of tax benefits, rebates and all. We already have production linked incentive scheme aimed at increasing productivity. This is employment linked incentive scheme aimed at increasing employment. This comparison needed to be done to understand such kind of scheme, because in production linked incentive scheme, the target is productivity. If you are able to produce this much or more than this much, you'll get incentives. Here, if you are able to generate employment more than this much, the threshold have been set for various sectors, you will get incentives from the government. Employment linked incentive scheme was approved by the Union Cabinet. That is why it was in news. And this was approved on 1st of July 2025. Aim is to promote employment generation, obviously, enhance employability and improve social security across all sectors. Now, what is social security? See, when we talk about employment, we should talk about the two sectors of the economy. Formal sector, informal sector. We call it organized and unorganized over here. So, this is the division. Now, what is formal sector or organized sector? Where all the laws of the land, whether it be labor laws, whether it be tax laws or any other laws which are, mandated to be followed by the industries, are being followed and certain thresholds are being met, then we call it formal sector. It is mandatory for the employer in formal sector to grant social security. Social security is what? You are secure. If you have any, health problem, your employer has given you a health insurance cover. And for this health insurance, the premium is paid by the employer, not by you. It is a benefit which you are having if you are working in the social sector. It also includes insurance, health, life insurance also. If you die, unfortunately, while working, during your working tenure, not only in the workplace but anywhere, your family will receive some amount. That insurance premium is paid by your employer. Then, pension. Pension is basically your income when you are in the non-working age group. Non-working age group, when you retire. So, what happens is, you receive a salary, monthly salary. Let's suppose your basic salary is 10,000. From that 10,000, 12% will be deducted. Roughly 1,200 rupees. And 8,800 will come to you. The same amount is contributed by the employer, 1,200 rupees. And collectively that 2,400 rupees per month will go into your pension fund account. PF we call it. 1,200 you are contributing, 1,200 the employer is contributing. And when you retire, you can have access of this fund. So that is called as pension fund or PF. That is, a benefit. So pension plus insurance, if you are having access to it, you are socially secure. That is, these are the two elements of social security, which is mandated compulsory in the formal sector. Whereas on the other hand, in informal sector, it is not mandated. No social security benefits are there. You are working, let's suppose, in a showroom, a sari showroom. There are more than 10 employees, but you are not having this concept of paid leaves. You are not having this concept of insurance, pension, nothing like that. If you take off, apart from the allocated days off, like 1 day a week is off, so if you take more than that, your salary will be deducted. As simple as that. There is no insurance, there is no pension like benefits, nothing of that sort. And things are like that. Now, 91% of India's workforce is over here in the informal sector. Only 9% is working in the formal sector. That is a concerning figure. And government wants to tackle this. Government does not only want to generate employment. Government wants to generate quality employment. Quality employment is this employment, organized or formal sector employment, where social security benefits are given by the employer to employees. So, this is what you need to know and understand. Where all the labor laws are followed, here labor laws are not followed. All the labor laws are not followed. It is like this. Theek. So, this is what you needed to know about it. Now, let's get back to the topic. The scheme aims to promote employment generation, enhance employability, and improve social security across all sectors. This is what the aim is. It places special emphasis on boosting employment in manufacturing sector. Actually, manufacturing sector has the highest potential of employment generation, but unfortunately, in the case of India, this sector was not prioritized after the LPG reforms. The service sector was prioritized, which does not have so much employment generation growth. The service sector has a lot of value generation growth, value generation potential, and that is why growth happened in India. No doubt about this fact. We are the fastest growing economy of the world because our focus was there, our priority was there on the service sector, but jobs were not created. So the phenomenon of jobless growth crept in. But now we are, correcting our mistakes, and that is why we are focusing or giving priority to the manufacturing sector. The employment linked incentive scheme is part of Prime Minister's package of 5 flagship schemes announced in the Union Budget 2024-25. Total financial outlay 99,446 crore rupees for this, and it will cover jobs related between 1st of August 2025, means it will start from 1st of August 2025 and it will go on till 31 July 2027, means 2 years. Now the government targets creation of over 3.5 crore jobs under the scheme within 2 years. So this is what you need to know. Objectives. The scheme aims to support the creation of formal employment across sectors. So, this is there. It seeks to improve employability through financial incentives and skilling. One of its objectives is to extend EPFO. EPFO stands for Employee Provident Fund Organization. This is the organization of the government which manages the Provident Fund. EPFO linked social security coverage to a larger section of the workforce, because see, only 9% or so is having access to the social security benefits like pension and all. So I can say that only 9% of the workforce is here. We want to attract larger section of the workforce over here. The scheme also intends to formalize the labor force and promote long-term savings among workers. How long-term savings among workers will be promoted, we'll see a bit. It aims to catalyze employment growth in the manufacturing sector, which is seen as a high potential area for job creation. So, This is here. The scheme components. Part A, incentives to first-time employees. What kind of incentives will be given? The Part A targets first-time employees who are newly registered with Employees Provident Fund organizations. Means who have come in formal employment for the first time. Employees with a monthly salary of rupees up to rupees 1 lakh, means less than or maximum up to 1 lakh rupees per month, are eligible to receive incentives. First condition is this. Each eligible employee will receive an incentive equivalent to 1 month's wage. Maximum 15,000 rupees. So if my salary is 12,000 rupees a month, I will receive 12,000 rupees as incentive from the government. Because Part A is incentive to first time employees. If I am opening a PF account and my employer obviously is contributing in that PF account, means if I am going into formal employment, and that 12,000 rupees will be disbursed in 2 installments, 6,000 plus 6,000. But if my salary is 50,000 rupees, then maximum of 15,000 rupees will be coming to me, 7,500, 7,500. It is not beyond 15,000. The first installment will be given after 6 months of continuous service. Second installment will be paid after 12 months of service and successful completion of financial literacy program. So this is another condition. I have to learn this as well. And government is developing financial literacy programs or have developed. I have to undergo that training. A portion of the incentive will be held in a savings deposit account to promote the habit of saving. That is why I said that it will be promoting saving. I will not be allowed to use that. This amount will be withdrawable by the employee after a specified period, not before that. The amount which is coming from the government, a portion of that will be, logged. All payments under Part A will be made through DBT, that is direct benefits transfers, using Aadhaar Bridge Payment System, ABPS. Government expects that around 1.92 crore first-time employees will benefit under this component. Second component is for the employers, the factory owners or the people who are employing. It provides financial incentives to employers for creating additional employment. And these financial incentives will come in the form of tax, benefits, rebates, discounts and all. Scheme covers employers in all sectors. Manufacturing, agri-based, or for that matter, service sector, with extended benefits for employers in the manufacturing sector. That is why focus on manufacturing sector was more. Now to qualify, employers must be registered with EPFO and they should be contributing the provident fund of their employees each month. Employers with fewer than 50 employees are required to hire at least 2 additional employees to be eligible for the scheme. Employers with 50 or more employees must hire at least 5 additional employees on a sustained basis for at least 6 months. Then only they will be eligible. And that is how employment will increase. The scheme provides monthly incentives based on the EPF wage of the new employee. If the EPF wage, monthly EPF wage, Employee Provident Fund, is up to rupees 10,000, then incentive to the employer will be 1,000 rupees. So let's suppose in my example, my salary was 10,000 rupees and 12% contributed by me, 12% contributed by the employer, 2,400 rupees total contribution to the EPF per month. So that is there, but yes, here I will be in this category or my employer will be in this category because this is up to 10,000 rupees. So out of 2,400 rupees, 1,000 rupees will be given to my employer, proportional incentive. Proportional incentive means if 10,000 then 1,000 rupees. Likewise, if 2,400 then 240 rupees. 10% of that. So this is there. More than 10,000 and up to 20,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees will be contributed by the government. More than 20,000 and up to rupees 1 lakh, 3,000 will be contributed by the government. The incentive will be paid for a period of 2 years for all sectors. August 1, 2025 till July 31, 2027. For the manufacturing sector, incentive period will be extended for the 3rd and 4th year as well. That is why excess focus on manufacturing sector. Payments to employers will be made directly into their PAN-linked bank accounts. Part B is expected to support the generation of 2.6 crore additional jobs. Key features. The ELI scheme, the Employment Linked Incentive Scheme, provides direct financial benefits to first-time workers, as well as employers creating new jobs. It places a strong focus on the manufacturing sector, offering extended incentives to encourage job growth in its critical area. The scheme aims to formalize the workforce because these benefits are being given to the formal employment only. It incorporates elements of financial literacy and savings, contributing to long-term financial well-being of young employees. And design of the scheme is inclusive, targeting both small and large employers across sectors. Expected outcomes. Scheme is projected to create over 3.5 crore jobs in the country within 2 years. And it is expected to benefit 1.92 crore first-time entrants into the formal workforce. ELI scheme will help formalize employment, increasing the number of workers covered under EPFO and other social security benefits. It will contribute to financial inclusion through DBT transfers, means direct benefits transfers, mandatory financial literacy training and saving also. And it is likely to see significant employment growth due to extended benefits provided under the scheme. See, the employers in our country, why only, this figure is 9%? Because the employers also run away from, coming into the formal sector, because as soon as they come in the formal sector, they will have to contribute insurance, pension. This reduces their profits. That is why they are also apprehensive. But now the government is coming in support of such kind of things. Then they can be motivated enough. And this figure can increase. Abhi the government is only talking about contribution in the pension component. Maybe tomorrow, the Ayushman Bharat scheme can be extended over here. Or enhanced Ayushman Bharat scheme can be extended, where these employers will be paying to the government some amount and the government will be, helping them in health insurance, and that health insurance will be, covered in all big private hospitals like it is now. But it all depends on the tax earnings of the government. It all depends on how this particular scheme works. Because employment generation is very, very important if you have to be there by 2047, that is Viksit Bharat. The phenomenon of jobless growth has to go. Job full growth has to be there. Because when jobless growth is there, that means growth is concentrated in a few hands only. It is giving rise to inequalities, economic inequalities. These few people are only contributing in job growth, and these people are in less productive sectors or unproductive sectors. We have to bridge this gap. We have to generate employment more and more for the people. I know that condition applied is that the workforce should be educated, workforce should be skilled, workforce should be healthy. Then only they will be able to participate. We have to make them educated, skillful and healthy. And we have to provide ample job opportunities for them. Do you know that India is having the world's highest population in the working age group? Around or slightly more than 2/3 of India's population is in the working age group, 15 to 59 years. And that is the world's highest. We are also having the world's youngest population. Average age in India is somewhere around 28, 29 years. And if we don't provide ample opportunities for this section, then that is going to be a big problem for us. You need to understand one word over here, that is demographic dividend. Demographic pertains to population. Dividend pertains to profits. Profit coming out of the population. This profit will be maximum if your population is maximum in the working age group. Means your population is young. But merely or by only having maximum population in the working age group or maximum population as young population, will you be able to reap demographic dividend? No. You will have to create ample employment for them. You will have to create a good business environment for them. You will have to skill them. You will have to educate them. You will have to, make efforts to make them healthy. And employment, quality employment should be there. Then only the demographic dividend will be reaped. This is what you need to understand. There's a general perception among aspirants that bhai, India is reaping a demographic dividend. No, India is not reaping a demographic dividend right now. India is positioned to reap the demographic dividend because India is having this precondition met. The first condition is fulfilled. The working age group, we have the maximum people in the world. But these young people, if they are not given ample employment opportunities, business environment is not good, or they are not skilled or educated, or they are not healthy, then this young population will channelize their energies in the wrong direction. And this demographic dividend will transform into a demographic disaster. That is something which is not needed by India. So we should focus on this, and this employment linked incentive scheme is focusing upon this aspect. So this is what you needed to know about it.